Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram,
Ram Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
जय श्री
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
चैतन्य
Krishna,
प्रभु
Krishna Krishna
नित्यानंद
Hare
श्री
Hare
अद्वैत
Ram, Hare
गदाधर
Ram, Ram Ram,
श्रीवासदि
Hare Hare.
गौर भक्तवृंद
Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्णा
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
राम हरे
Ram,
राम
Hare Hare.
राम राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare Hare.
हरे 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 राम
Ram Ram Ram
राम
Ram,
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare.
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे राम
Ram
राम राम
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे हरे
Ram, Hare.
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna, Hare Hare,
राम
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे हरे हरे
Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare.
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम हरे
Hare,
हरे
Ram Ram
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare.
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Hare,
राम हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare.
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
राम राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare,
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare Hare.
हरे राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे हरे
Krishna, Hare Hare,
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare.
हरे हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
राम हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare Hare. Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Ram
हरे हरे
Ram
राम
Ram
हरे
Ram,
राम
Hare
राम
Hare.
राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे राम
Ram Ram
राम
Ram
राम हरे
Ram, Hare
हरे
Hare.
कृष्ण हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare,
राम राम
Ram
राम हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
हरे कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम हरे
Hare
राम राम
Krishna, Hare
राम हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare,
कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
राम
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
कृष्ण हरे हरे
Ram
राम
Ram
हरे
Ram
राम
Ram,
राम
Hare Hare.
राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare, Hare
राम
Ram
राम
Ram
राम हरे
Ram, Hare
हरे
Hare.
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare,
हरे राम
Ram
राम राम हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare, Hare
राम
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शिला हरदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Susmita from Canada, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call today. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. Now I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy names which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. Number 1, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Number 2, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Number 3, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Number 4, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in Persians to the Vedic version. Number 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Number 6, to give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. Number 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Dakshadas from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Arvindas Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Wishing everybody happy Ekadasi.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Wishing everyone happy Ekadasi Mataji. Thank you so much and for welcome to the call Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा सुष्मिता माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय. This is Shama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte and wishing happy Ekadashi to everyone.
Hare Krishna Syama Gauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev and Gauranga. Yes, Mataji, wishing you happy Ekadasi Mataji. Thank you so much for attending the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shushmita Mataji. My humble obeisances to you and all assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Param Pavani Shama Devi Dasi from Baltimore, Maryland. Hare Krishna, Happy Ekadashi.
Hare Krishna Param Pavani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Welcome to the call. Happy Ekadasi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Susmita Mataji, all glories Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Bali. Happy Ekadasi to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call and your wonderful chanting. Welcome to the call Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. This is Gauri Jeevani Devi Dasi from Michigan.
Hare Krishna Gauri Jivani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for attending the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Susmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharajas, and all glories to the assembled devotees. This is Tiffany in Pennsylvania. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Tiffany Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. So good to hear you Mataji after a long time. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for attending the call. Welcome to the call Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is there anyone else who would like to introduce? Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Anant Chaitanya Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 8th chapter and verse number 48. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much Prabhu for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, before handovering the call to Prabhuji, I would like to hand over the call to Priti Vilasini Mataji for the brief introduction of Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Now, I will hand over the call to you Mataji. Please.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, everybody. It's my honor to read the introduction of today's speaker. Today's class will be given by His Grace Ananta Chaitanya Prabhu. He is from Pune and he came in touch with devotees during his undergraduate studies. He has completed his master's in computer science from Arizona State University and he is working as a software engineer in Intel. He took initiation from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in 2019 and he's serving the Phoenix Temple in Arizona. He gives Bhagavad every week and he's engaged in leading Kirtan in ISKCON of Phoenix. Thank you so much. Welcome, Prabhuji. You can now take over the call. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam.
Thank you very much, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Please take over the call. Thank you,
Thank you,
Mataji, for the
Mataji.
beautiful introduction. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please take over the call. Hare Krishna.
Can you see my screen? No, not yet. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can see the screen.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You can see the screen, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8, verse number 48. Shri Manva Uchu Manvo Vayam Tava Nideshkarino Diti Jain Dev Paribhuta Setava Bhatva Khalasa Upasramha Prabho Karvam Te Kim Anusadi Kinkaran. Translation. All the Manus offered their prayers as follows. As your order carriers, O Lord, we, the Manus, are the lawgivers for human society. But because of the temporary supremacy of this great demon, Hiranyakashipu, our laws for maintaining Varnashram, Dharma, were destroyed. O Lord, now that you have killed this great demon, we are in our normal condition. Kindly order us, your eternal servants, what to do now. Purport by His Divine Grace, Abhayacharana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. In many places in Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord, Krishna, refers to the Varnashram Dharma of 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. He teaches people about this Varnashram Dharma so that all of human society can live peacefully by observing the principles for the 4 social divisions and 4 spiritual divisions, Varna and Ashrama, and thus make advancement in spiritual knowledge. The Manus compiled the Manu Samhita. The word Samhita means Vedic knowledge, and Manu indicates that this knowledge is given by Manu. The Manus are sometimes incarnations of the Supreme Lord and sometimes empowered living entities. Formerly, many years ago, Lord Krishna instructed the Sun God. The Manus are generally sons of the Sun God. Therefore, while speaking to Arjuna about the importance of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivaswan manave praha. This instruction was given to Vivaswan, the sun god, who in turn instructed his son Manu. Manu gave the law known as Manu Samhita, which is full of directions based on Varna and Ashrama concerning how to live as a human being. These are very scientific ways of life, but under the rule of demons like Hiranyakashipu, human society breaks all these systems of law and order and gradually becomes lower and lower. Thus, there is no peace in the world. The conclusion is that if we want real peace and order in the human society, we must follow the principles laid down by the Manu Samhita and confirmed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayati girim Yatkripatam Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Vanchakalpatarasya Kripa Sindhu Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo. So thank you all for joining today. It is my pleasure in serving you all. And today's verse actually speaks about Varnashram. Yes, or currently what is happening in Srimad Bhagavatam is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Narasimhadev, the most favorite of all, in Mayapur, I hope my connection is okay. Let me know if there is some problem. I
Hare
can
Krishna,
switch my
Prabhuji.
connection.
Prabhuji,
So
we
in
cannot see
Mayapur,
your video,
we
Prabhuji.
have Lord Narasimhadev. Yes, Mataji. But you can see my video.
Yes, Prabhuji,
Can
it's
you see me
slightly
now?
better, Prabhuji, but it's frozen.
Okay, now
Frozen?
that's
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second.
yeah, connection is not.
Now we can see you moving, Prabhuji. Till now it was not like that.
Yeah, maybe the connection is bad. Let me switch. Give me a second. I think this will be better. Let's try. Okay, so in the current scenario, what we have is that Lord Narasimhadev, yes. Actually, if you go to Mayapur, we have Lord Ugra Narasimha over there, right? And it is said that he is the most favorite. Pankajangri Prabhu was serving him since the time of installation, and he has been the most favorite. Yes, out of all the deities in Mayapur, Narasimhadev has been always the favorite of everyone. And even Narasimha Chaturdashi, is favorite for all. There are so many pastimes which occur in Mayapur with Lord Narasimhadev, and you must have heard many of them. So, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Narasimhadev, is appearing to protect the devotees, right? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata. Yes. What does the Lord say? That I incarnate again and again. Why? To protect the principles of religion, to protect the devotees, and slay the demons. Yes. So now the Lord has completed his task of protecting his devotee. It was mentioned during Narasimha Chaturdashi that, for one devotee, just for one devotee, Lord Narasimhadev actually appeared. It wasn't like a whole bunch of devotees were there, and then you have to bring out the big guns, and then there is hostage situation, and then the whole government actually makes, so many things to add because there's a group of people actually stuck somewhere, right? But over here, it's only one devotee. Yes, Radhanath Maharaj, when he was actually explaining this whole pastime, he was mentioning so vividly that when Lord Narasimha appeared, he made such a great loud noise actually, that it shaked all the three planetary systems. But why is he coming? Why is it shaking every single person in existence? Yes, just for only one devotee. And that's why the Lord, we see from this actually, that how merciful the Lord is. That even for one devotee, it doesn't matter, you know. The Prime Minister, if he's coming to some location, he's not just going to meet one person over there, right? He's going to have his whole agenda that he will have a big slogan over here, a big meeting over here. Okay, you come over here, you come over there, you know. So when GBC meetings happen also, right? Like last time they were in Pune. So crowds of people were, because the lectures were going to be happening. People are coming from outside, out of station. Yes. So many things are happening. But Lord Narasimhadev over here is showing, and Lord Krishna eventually is showing that even a single devotee is actually so important. So this aspect of the Lord actually is actually the protection of the Lord is so important. And why am I mentioning this? Is because in the purport now the Lord is saying that Prabhupada mentions that the Varnashram system, is coming from Lord Krishna. Yes, and over here in the purport, Prabhupada mentions that the Manu sometimes, if there is no qualified soul to take the position, the Manus are sometimes incarnations of the Supreme Lord. Yes, and that's why the Manus over here are offering their prayers in such a way. And we can see that so many people are offering so many different kinds of prayers. Yes. But if we see Prahlad Maharaj's prayers, if we see the demigods' prayers, they're so different. Yes, they are so different. It shows there is a different type of consciousness. And that's why in our bhakti also, when we actually start advancing in bhakti, however little or more or less, whatever that is, the quality of our prayers. It's not today I'm using, mercy. Tomorrow I'm going to use causeless mercy, or I'm going to use a very big word, eccentric, or, and a very fancy word. And that's why my quality of prayers is now, fulfilled. No, it has nothing to do with what my vocabulary is. Yeah, it has nothing to do how I'm, showing my prayers to the Lord. Am I sitting in this position or that position? Oh, now I'm becoming Das, Anudas, Anudas. Now I'm going to offer my prayers this way. You know, it has nothing to do with the externals. Yes, but yes, the whole point is that the externals are going to show up because what is going inside, they are going to manifest outside also. Correct? Yes, it is a medium. It is a medium. It is a tool set. Radhika Raman Prabhu in one of his lectures, he was mentioning, we get different kinds of tool sets, each and every one of us, according to what our conditioning is, our karma is. Correct? So, how we use it in Krishna's service, that is glorious. Krishna couldn't care less if you had 1 penny or if you had, crores of rupees. He's like, how are you using that single penny? That is the most important point. Yes. In my school, I was in Pune, like Mataji mentioned. In school, it was a Catholic school. Yes. 10 years in Catholic background. And then every day you will be praying, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And there was one story which used to always, surprise me. And they used to always say this story that it doesn't matter how much you have. There was an old lady who used to come to the temple and she had only 4 copper coins. Yes. She came to the church and she offered all the copper coins she had. On the other hand, there was a person, was a rich man. He was giving 10 gold coins. And then they used to ask us, which is better? Which is better? And obviously, everybody will be enthusiastic. At least I think the kids were. But as soon as you become an age and you're like, hey, man, what is this religion? This is all so superficial. Give me something higher. So at least the kids would say that, oh, the 4 copper coins, the old lady is important. And then the teacher would ask, why? Because she's giving all. She only has 4 copper coins. Yes. So Krishna couldn't care less with what we have, with what skills we have, the way we talk, the way we dance, the way we sing, the way we play the harmonium, or the way we play the guitar, and become a Instagram star or a big rock band. Yes. Sometimes because I go through those phases also, and that's why it's very relevant. We give too much to all the externals. Yes. But the main thing over here, Prabhupada is mentioning These instructions of Varnashram Dharma are coming from whom actually? Is coming from Krishna. But how do we look at Varnashram? Yes. Yes. How do we look at Varnashram? Do we like, yes, by doing Varnashram itself, we are going to get Krishna? Then does that mean, okay, if I am a nice orator, then I'm going to get Krishna? If I'm a nice cook, definitely I am close to Krishna. If I'm a nice deity dresser, oh, then to what to say, right? I'm on the altar. Who can come and compare to me? Even the Kirtaniyas are sitting down. I'm on the top over here, having the shankha in my hand. And, I am going to sprinkle water on everyone. Yes. So, those things actually matter or don't matter. And that's why, in the name of it doesn't matter, Varnashram system. See, look over here in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks Ramananda Rai, and we'll see those purports. Actually, they are very beautiful. So, why is it important to follow Varnashram? Yes. If someone says that Prabhu, this because I've heard it from Maharaj. So there somebody was saying, only chanting is enough. Golokera prema dhana harinam sankirtan. Yes, Tara Sakshi Jagai Madhai. Jagai Madhai got delivered by just chanting the holy name of the Lord. Yes, association of devotees. Yes. Then why do we need anything else? Why do we need all this Varnashram and all? Only chanting, Prabhu. Just do chanting. But if we are an Avadhut, if we are Haridas Thakur, why not? Yes, we are a Paramhamsa. Why not? Maharaj was saying this way actually. If we are that, then yes, it makes sense. Only chanting is the only way. If we are engaged in chanting 24 hours, if we do not have the desire to eat or drink or, go to for vacations or, go and have relations in this world, have families in this world, then we don't need Varnashram. It says 4 social divisions and 4 spiritual divisions, right? Varna and Ashrama. So, like we said, Radhika Raman Prabhu mentioned, we have a tool set given by Krishna. Now, yes, we can say it's coming by karma. Yes, we can say I did this karma. That's why I have a big house today. That's why I have this kind of a body. That's why I have this kind of an education. Janma karma cham. Sorry. Yeah. Janma Aishwarya Shruti Shribhi. Yes. Janma Aishwarya Shruti Shribhi. But what does Kunti Maharani say after that? These are all impediments. The higher you go, the heavier the weight on the head. It is said in Hindi, I think, it's like the bigger the turban, the faster you sink. Correct? Yes, the faster you sink. My sister was actually telling me, it's actually very difficult to be in a position of power. And she was just explaining the part. Why? What does power mean actually? In this Varna and Ashrama thing, why am I highlighting these points? Is because sometimes we forget that why these things are there, because we start identifying with them. Yes. But over here it is written, if you follow Varnashram, your Krishna consciousness is going to actually get awakened. But how? Because there are 2 types of Varnashram, right? Asurik Varnashram and Daiva Varnashram. Yes. Today, even if in our companies, if you go, there is some kind of Varnashram system over there. Yes, there is the HR system, the handling human resources. Then you have the normal employee who gets paid. Then you have the managers. Then you have the researchers. Yes. Then you have the investors. They all come in some or the other category of Varnashram. But it is not dealing with the Supreme Lord. And that's why it's Asurik Varnashram. It doesn't make sense. Who is driving this Varnashram in the companies or in the world today? It's by Vaishyas, by businessmen, capitalists. Yes. Yes. Even the hospitals Even though we say the doctors and everything, but actually who's running the hospitals? Are the doctors actually running the hospital? No, they are not. Yes. There are lawyers over there. Then there you have the businessmen. Mostly the businessmen open all these situations and then they control it. Yes. That's why it's Asuric. It's not led by Brahmanas because only Brahmins know. Because they have knowledge in Brahman, they know what is the aim of life and how to deal with it. Correct? So when we get this kind of tool set in whichever varna and ashrama, how we use it is more important than what it is. And because we are more and more into externals as Kali Yuga progresses, the more and more we see somebody's externals better, we start seeing that they are a nice devotee. Prabhu, you are suffering, you know why? Because you need to pray harder. Yes. But the perspective of suffering depends on the level of consciousness we have. Yes. The level of consciousness we have. It's not because externally I'm suffering, that means internally I have to suffer. No, not necessary at all. Yes. Yes. If at every moment I think, Maharaj was explaining this point, and you're seeing that every moment I think, why is this happening to me? That introspection is there. Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj in one of his lectures was explaining that as we come into Krishna consciousness, as older we get into Krishna consciousness, there are many types of seniorities. First is senior by age. Second is senior by Diksha. Third is senior by Ashrama. You know? And henceforth, you know, the number of years you've been in ISKCON, that is seniority. But he was saying after some point, Krishna consciousness becomes dry. We stop attempting. Why? Because now everything is set. Now I'm doing my 16 rounds nicely. Now I'm doing my, deity worship nicely. Nicely means what? I'm getting up early in the morning, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, everything is set. Yes. But he was saying, if we are not introspective, if we are not introspective, if we are not seeing Krishna's hand in everything, then it's going to be dry. Prabhu, I've done Bhakti Shastri now, I'm doing Bhakti Vaibhav. It's the same thing, you know. Tinadapi suni chena tarorapi sahishnana manina manadena kirtaniya sadhari. Everywhere is saying just do chanting. I'm doing chanting. But then what else is there to do? Now I got to know everything, you know. Initially, we are all fired up. Yes. Maharaj will explain this point. All fired up. You might do, 16 rounds with full attention. Yes. We'll spend time. We'll think about Krishna actively. And slowly and steadily, your original nature of whatever you were shows up. Correct? Shows up. So, to prevent that to happen, yes, why do all these things happen? Because they're affecting, because we are not following, we are not trying to be established in the mode of goodness. Correct? Yes. And who is setting all that up? Is Krishna, but through Varnashram system. Why? Because if I know what duties I have to do, if I know what my qualities are, then if I'm engaging in them, then I'll be comfortable. Yes. Following the Vedic culture, you will get the most fullest satisfaction. You will not get happiness. Yes. Or it's the other way around. You might be just get comfort over there, but not necessarily you'll find a meaning of life. Yes. By following all these rules. And that's why it is a Daiva Varnashrama. Because once we start doing it for Krishna, once we start doing those duties because First of all, it is my duty to do this. That is mode of goodness. Because there is no reason. Yes. When a person actually gets married, if he has this reason for sense gratification, yes, then that is done in the mode of passion. But as a duty to his wife, to his children, if he's doing his duties nicely, then everything goes nicely. Otherwise, there will be clashes in ego. There will be clashes here and there. And that is a big problem. But if I know my duty is of being Trinadapi Sunichena, yeah, I have to do these things perfectly because this is my duty. Yes, I cannot be a bum on the couch. I have to do my duty as a husband or a wife. Then things go nicely. And now you're not expecting. Yes. And slowly and steadily, you start seeing that these things are to be done for Krishna. Why should I be taking care of my job nicely? Krishna would like it. Yes. Am I comfortable in my job? Yes, then I would think about it, right? That hey, maybe I can do this for Krishna. But if I'm not comfortable in my job, then you're always hankering. This is not my thing. I want this kind of a job, but they gave me this, and this is not working out for me. And I've seen people, yes, there is no job satisfaction. So, what does Varnashram Dharma do actually? It gives us job satisfaction. Once we have job satisfaction, then we can open our mind now that, hey, I got everything I wanted. I got everything I wanted. I got this, I got that. But now it's not making sense anymore. It is still not enough. There has to be something else to this. And then somebody questions, and then they come in association of devotees, and then they know what to do, you know, and they're perfectly situated. But on the other hand, now if we come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, the discussion with Ramananda Rai, you know, and this is the verse which devotees use usually to kick out Varnashram. Yes, yes. Very beautiful. I'll just share and we can just read it. Mm. Okay. So in Chaitanya Charitamrit, Madhya Leela, chapter 8, verse number 58, it is said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped. Yes, this word is very important. He is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duties in the system of Varna and Ashrama. There is no other way to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One must be situated in the institution of the four Varnas and Ashramas. And then Prabhupada mentions some Siddhir Haritoshanam. Correct? Ata Bhumi Dvijat Shreshta Varna Ashrama Vibhagasa. Yes. Savanustistasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Oh, best among the twice born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging the duties prescribed for one's own occupation. They're very important. Prescribed for one's own occupation, according to caste divisions and orders of life, is to please the personality of Godhead. Every man should perform his occupational duty in the light of his particular tendency. Yes. And that's why these divisions are there. Because they are natural divisions within society. Correct? And that's why when we understand what is lacking, right? That's why these days, if you see, it's like, oh, where do I fit in all of this? Yes, it's not my liking. I have an artist calling for me. I'm meant to be a soldier. I'm meant to be a teacher. You must have seen those people who get paid very less. Yes. But they're okay in their occupation. They're doing it because they like it. There was this financial somebody, and the tips of finance, and how it was being used by one of our devotees. I'll just show the connection, and how actually everywhere is Krishna consciousness. It's just that we are not trained to see it that way. That is the big problem. And that's why the training is required. That's why these Bhagavatam discussions are required. That's why philosophy is required. Buddhi yoga, we need to use our intelligence to actually see how each and every aspect of my life, whether it's my varnashram duty or not, whether I am a rat bag, the most sinful person, I am doing all these sinful activities, but if I start seeing Krishna in those also, I will be purified. Yes. And that's why by doing our just prescribed duty, we'll go back home, back to Godhead. No problem at all. So this financial guy was mentioning actually that after 60, once somebody gets retired, very beautiful. After you get retired, or people who are trying to get early retirement, yes, he was mentioning that most of the people are unsatisfied because they have nothing to do. For 30 whole years, you spent your whole life licking the boots of management, you know, trying to please people just to get on the ladder of the corporate. And now that if you reach there, 2 years of experience, then you're kicked out. Or whatever that is. It's like your whole life. You spend 8 hours every single day doing that job. And now suddenly there's nothing in your life. You're trying to fill it up with golf, but it's not working out. You're frustrated. You're trying to enjoy life. How many moments are left? And so this money guy, yes, he was mentioning that if you do something which you like, what does that mean? That means if you're situated in the right position of Varna and Ashram, then you don't have to do it for the money anymore. You have to do it for your passion. And then you can do it forever. There is no need to give it up. Wow, very beautiful. Yes, he's giving us Varnashram. Find your thing, aim for the higher. And then I was listening to Anand Vrindavan Prabhu. Yes, he was saying, Prabhu, for 30 years of your life, if you're going to spend so much time in your work and everything, and you're going to get polluted, and if you don't develop Krishna consciousness properly, the taste for chanting, the taste for anything, whatever it is you are good at, or whatever you like, if you don't nurture yourself at the age of 60, when you retire, you're going to go crazy. You will not be able to do bhakti. You'll just go and do something else. And you're like, I have seen people doing it. Yes. Two people, both are from finance, actually. Yes, correct. Background. And the perspectives are so different. One is saying, you do your passion in the material world and stay in the material world and rot over here. And the other one is like, no, 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 no. What is important? Samsiddhir haritoshanam. Yes, you develop the attraction for Krishna consciousness. This is the time. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard. Yes, it's going to be very hard. Right now, we have a routine set. 9 to 5, I have kids to take care of, and then this, do that, blah, blah, blah. But after some time, it's not going to be there. Then what are you going to take shelter of? Don't know. So one time, Anand Prabhu was actually talking to Maharaj, and there was one devotee who came over there, and he was retired and everything. So this devotee was telling Maharaj in front of Anand Prabhu that Maharaj, now I'm retired. Now I'm all and whole soul. I'm soul to Krishna. I'm going to do nice bhakti. Something and all he was saying. So Maharaj said, okay. Maharaj said, so yes, what are you going to do now? And you know what he said? He's like, I've opened another business. And then the inauguration is, next month. And I'm busy in that. I'm like, Maharaj, like, oh, very nice. Very nice. Nice. Hare Krishna. And Anand Prabhu was looking and he was like very baffled. Why would you say that? And then he said, because if this guy doesn't go and do whatever his duty is, he is going to be a pain at home. He's going to trouble everybody and not let them also do Krishna consciousness properly. Why is he saying all this? Is because of this Varnashram thing. Yes. Because if we don't see Varnashram as a tool to please Krishna, then we will get caught up. Yes. And that's why what does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? That, hey, don't give me all this Varnashram. This is all external. Give me something higher. And that's why he goes, Ramananda Rai comes to say over here, my dear son of Kunti. Then he goes, yes, this one is very famous. Yat karosi yat asnasi yat juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva madarpanam. Whatever you do for me. Who? For whom? For Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's why, as long as one is in the material world, he must follow the principles of Varnashram system. But devotional service is transcendental. And that's why, as devotees, even if we are a failure at our Varna and Ashrama, still we make progress. Why? Because devotional service is transcendental. So, now what does it mean? Should we kick out Varnashram? Or should we, just do chanting or what? Yes. Why? Say, then Maharaj was explaining this point. Varnashram doesn't just mean opening farms. Okay, if I'm following Varnashram, then I have to go and milk the cows. That is Varnashram. No, that is not Varnashram. Varnashram means to know what is your identity. Yes, what is your conditioning. You're analyzing, you're looking at it. Yes. And you're seeing, why are you not settled? Because once you are settled in your own duty, that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. If you've seen, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that we don't need this. And so Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that do your own duty, whether it is perfect or not. Do your own duty. Don't do somebody else's. Why? Why is he saying all that? It's because of this reason. Yes, Ramananda Rai is giving this reason. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter to the Lord. Yes. But exclusively, if you go and do somebody else's duty, then it creates an havoc. Yes. We have somebody was mentioning in one of the classes, Ter Kadamba Prabhu, I think, long time back, he was mentioning that people have a problem being called Shudra. You have Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. And then you have the others, outcast. But a person who's on a salary, who's taking something for a salary, is a Shudra. Maharaj is explaining. And so I just took this point because I was not working at that point. So I just took this point and I was explaining it to my friend. We are going to be salaried, whether it's Google or Apple or whatever it is. I am going to be an employee. I am not an employer. Correct? So naturally, if I'm comfortable in that situation, that means I am a Shudra. Yes, anybody salaried is a Shudra because he's depending on the higher society, status of society. My friend got bewildered, hearing that, hey, I'm not a Shudra. By birth, I'm a Brahmana. I come from this Brahmin family and blah, blah, blah. I am like, but you are not studying Shastra. You are not in teaching profession. You're not doing anything like that. But no. Karna padta hai. But then you're a Shudra. People are too attached. I've seen devotees so attached. I'm like, I'm shocked. Devotees attached to thinking that they are Brahmanas. Yes, we follow Brahminical culture. That's definitely there. And secondly, initiated, yes, they can perform. Yes. But can all second initiated devotees stay in the temple 24 hours and just do mantras and pujas every single day for life? Very difficult. But a Brahmana, very simple Brahmana or a simple Brahmachari also, doesn't require much. He's happy with his, 4 by 4 room, give him something to eat. He'll be busy studying Shastra and doing puja. The whole day, if you see in the pujari in Mayapur, because every day if you see Mangalarti or whatever, the same personality has been doing Mangalarti forever. Since I have known devotees, since that time. If you put me in that situation, maybe I won't be able to do it. Maybe I won't do it also. I'm like, this is too much. 5 days, it's fine. Iske baad to kya hi hai? It's boring now. Give me something else. Because it's not my nature. It's very difficult for devotees to accept. Yes. Why? Because, I have been coming from this background. I am an engineer, dude. How can you say I'm Shudra? Yes. This attachment to our own position and power. And this is very subtle. It's very subtle, you know. Mlechas and Yavanas and all that we say. All this is all subtle. That you it's not like devotees will come and tell you that, Prabhu, what you're saying, you're telling me I'm a Shudra, but I'm not a Shudra. Because in my Kundali it's written that I am a Brahmana. My Kundali it's written I am a Kshatriya. But if you just look at that person, and it's like even a dumb person like me, who doesn't have much knowledge, he'll look and see that no, 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 no. What Kshatriya? What Brahmana? According to what it says, a Brahmana doesn't require power and position. He's happy doing his sadhana. Yes. A Kshatriya likes the power. Yes. And that's why Krishna was like, you taking sannyas would not work. Because you'll go and do the same thing in the forest. Instead, what you do is fight for me. Do not fight for yourself. Yes. Yes. If you are going to manage the country, management is not Kshatriya. Yes. Management doesn't mean you're a Kshatriya. Management can be Shudras also. That is not a problem. But administration is something different. You're protecting the people, caring for the people, doing anything to protect the people. That is Kshatriya. Yes. Yes. So there are soldiers out there. There are people like that. Yes. They can do anything for the people. They might not get any money out of it. They're okay. But a Vaishya will be like, hey, bakwas, what is this? You're not paying me for it. मुझे कुछ भी फायदा नहीं है. Always, you go anywhere, Gaurang Prabhu was once mentioning, it's like, there was a very materialistic person. Yes, materialistic in the way that he was very money-minded. And he had a big business. But his family was trying to make him a devotee, but he was not becoming a devotee. So once they took him to the Shamshan Ghat, sorry, Smashan is in Marathi, where the place where the crematorium where people are burnt, not alive, sorry, the dead are burnt over there, right? In Kashi Ghat and everywhere. So they took him over there. And seeing all these bodies burning, he said, I have wasted my whole life. And then everybody was excited. Now maybe he's understood that it's useless just earning money, just seeing money everywhere. And then he mentions that what happened? Why? What happened? Why are you saying all this? He says that, I could have been in the wood business. Why in the wood business? People are going to die eternally. And that's why this business can never go out of, fashion or anything like that. You're never out of loss. You're never in loss. Yes. So it's very easy to see people who are money-minded also. We get to know that you're a Vaishya. You don't like to actually take orders from anyone. You want material gain perfectly. And you want to be established. But no, by Kundali, I am a Kshatriya. I am a Brahmana, Mere mein hai, I have that thing. Just ego. And we have been reading in Bhagavatam that it's by guna and karma. It's not by your birth. Then somebody was actually arguing. But then Krishna says that getting birth in a Brahmana, then I was like, dude, the whole point is that are your parents Brahmanas? Do they have a Brahminical nature? Then he was saying that, no, but I'm like, I've met your parents also, dude. You know, they are also, in the way, they are in the business. They have a business, they're running a business. How can you say that they are Brahminas? They're not. So you are, yes, you might have by birth some qualities, but that is not the relevant one. And why are we talking about this? Why are we so attached about this? That who am I? So what if you're a Shudra? It's fine. We are not the body either way. Are we getting this point? Why do people get attached? Because we are janasya mohoyam mameti. It's very subtle. Very subtle. I come from these, I am a Kokanasta Brahmin. I am this and that. My whole family, this always comes up. You are this, you know. And our jat and our caste is so great. I'm like, what is, yes, so what? What do we do with this now? What do I do now? Okay, I am a great Brahmana. So what? If I'm using it in Krishna's service, then it makes sense. Otherwise, it's useless. Shrama eva hi kevalam. Yes, useless. Yes, that's so. The point is that we have to use everything in Krishna's service and not get attached to all these things. It's usually, it's fine if you're a Shudra. Then that means what? Less headache. It's always the management which we blame. Shamagori Mataji is here. So she can relate, being temple presidents and everything. Such a big responsibility, you know. And being at such a great position and power, it's a great thing. People come and complain each and every small thing the person has to take care. And who's to blame if everything goes wrong? Anything goes wrong? Is the temple president? Is the managers? But a Shudra who's doing just cleaning the dishes and everything, nobody's going to go and complain to him, right? So fine, if you're that. Chant Hare Krishna, go back home, back to Godhead. There is no problem at all. Yes, there is no problem at all. But the whole problem comes when we start seeing things very externally. Yes, very externally. And then we are thinking that no, I am this and I am that, I have to perform this duty. But are we doing it for Krishna? Yes. Eventually, it has to be some Siddhir Haritoshana. We can have great philosophy. Yes, we can have the best philosophy. We can have the best kirtans. We don't need anybody else. We can be greater artists than Arjit Singh. But that's not going to attract anyone because those people are already doing that. How long can a person who's attracted just for the externals by our own external bhakti, by our own external sense of bhakti, how long is it going to last? No, then people leave. Why do people leave? It's because they don't find purpose. Even though we give them the higher purpose, they don't find it. That's very difficult. And that's why we should not get caught. Yes. And that's why today's purport, when Prabhupada mentions why Varnashram is important, if we do anything other than chanting, even if it's eating, we need the pots and pans. We need a kitchen. We need to clean the kitchen. Where are these duties coming from? It's coming from Krishna. It's coming from the Manus. And who is giving to the Manus? Krishna. Yes. And so all these rules and regulations, Krishna follows the Vedic culture. Correct? We know about this, right? Krishna follows the Vedic culture. Yes, he loves to follow the Vedic culture. The Vedic culture and the Varnashram system is followed by all devotees. Except you're an Avadut, then it's another exception. But you're acting at that Paramhamsa stage. That's different. But if you see the gopis, who are they? They're Vaishyas. All of them. What are they doing? They're tending cows. They're doing their duties. Nanda Maharaj says that. Actually, Varnashram becomes a facility to interact with the devotees. Because Krishna, if you see in Govardhan Leela, he says that we are Vaishya community. He is not, having that ego that, hey Baba, why are we not Brahmanas? we should have been Brahmanas, No, he's not doing all that. He's saying that we are a Vaishya community. We depend on the cows. Let's take care of our cows. It's our duty. We depend on the rain. We depend on Govardhan Hill. So its Varnashram system is used by the Lord Himself to interact the pastimes. In spiritual world, what do we think is going on? It's not Western civilization. It's Vedic culture, and Vedic culture consists of Varnashram system. Because they are doing everything for Krishna, there is no Asurik Varnashram over there. It's Daiva Varnashram. Every morsel, every chintaman, every dust particle in Vrindavan is serving Krishna. And the dust is actually doing his own constitutional duty of being the dust and not being a gopi. That is a very important aspect, doing our own duties. Yes. So that's why we should try to make an attempt to follow our own duties and then dovetailing our propensities towards Krishna consciousness. Yes. So thank you very much for listening and tolerating. And it's really nice to have so many devotees over here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Tano Pranam, Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Beautiful class, Prabhu. Sorry, I joined a little late, but I heard a little bit, but it was such a nectar. You were saying, Prabhu, a brahmachari needs 4x4. And I was thinking, some brahmachari really do need that 4x4s, No, but
So true.
but
So
thank
true.
Srila Prabhupada, we are in a situation where we forget the on-road 4x4s and we just want our 4x4.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that is
Yes,
enough for us. So, and Prabhu, you were saying about certainly about Kshatriyas taking sannyas won't work. And we all know that if Arjuna would have took sannyas at that point, it was a different story. But we really see also in the regular life, Prabhu, our soldiers, who are very brave and all glories to their duties, and they leave their family and they protect our borders. If they all have to say, "Arey Baba, I'm going to serve in temple and I'm going to do this and that," we can imagine what situation we are in. Our neighbors are not very nice. We all know that.
Yeah.
Can invade us anytime. So that Varanashrama is so much needed, Prabhu. Thank you so much. This is so true if we deeply analyze it, right? Krishna has said it 5,000 years ago, but not one single word of Bhagavad Gita is can be doubted, Prabhu. Everything is true there. And Prabhu, at a certain point, you said there is a Shamshan Ghat where people are burnt alive, and then you corrected yourself. You said you said
Yeah, that was a bit.
you said there no sorry, you said there they are burnt after death, and I was thinking actually we are burnt alive too, Prabhu. Sansara dava nalalita loka. Every morning this is our first line of the day.
Yeah,
First
that's
line
very
of
true.
the ISKCON devotee. Millions of people say that Sansara dava nalalita loka.
Thank
So
you for connecting that. Thank you for connecting that. Yes.
no, Prabhu, I think from Vyasasana, that the things that come out of mouth many times are empowered by Shila Guru Maharaj, and they come true. So
Yes,
thank
yes.
you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very beautiful class, Prabhu. And certainly, as you were saying, in a managerial position, sometimes it's nice to have that position. But then when the pebbles or stones are thrown, they first come to you. Like, if
Yeah.
anything happens in Bhakti Sangha, everybody's looking at Shamagori Mataji. And if everything goes good, and then they are, oh, we are here for service. So, such a
Yes.
difficult part, Prabhu. But very beautiful class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your amazing class, Prabhu. There was a touch of small, laughter in that, and the teachings from Shastras, everything was there, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yeah,
Thank
if
you,
we
Prabhu.
want
Thank
to
you.
do it for Krishna, it's Shram Eva Hi Kevalam. Yeah, fine line, Prabhu. Very beautiful. Shamagori Mataji, thank you for inviting, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. That was wonderful class. Thank you so much. And very nice examples, real life examples. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Yes. Okay. So we'll end here. Yeah. Thank you. Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
we will
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
We'll
The
ask,
devotees might have
yeah,
question.
devotees
Yeah,
might have a
question.
question, Prabhuji, or something. We'll ask dear devotees if they have any questions or any realization or reflections. They can come ahead. Dear devotees,
There, yeah. There's just one thing I wanted to point out before. Yeah, maybe they can ask. I just wanted to point out when you said that the 4x4 thing is it. So I was listening to because I forgot to mention that point, a very important one. So it's like just I'll take 5 minutes. Sorry, I actually forgot that point. So Maharaj was explaining in one of the classes is that a person, because somebody was explaining to me that let's say we have a person who's actually, in a higher realm of society where he's actually having a bigger service of, managing a whole business and everything. And then there is a person who doesn't have much, he's just doing an IT job or something in India, in TCS or something like that, whatever that is. And then he's okay, you know, and he's satisfied. He's satisfied. And the person at the top level, he's also satisfied. The question arose that how is it possible if Krishna consciousness gives us, Vairagya, then this person has more uh, externals. He needs all that. He shouldn't be needing all that because, he should have Vairagya. But Maharaj is explaining one point is that if an elephant, how much does an elephant eat in a day? 50 kgs at an average. But I don't need 50 kgs, you know. I'm good with 2 chapatis or 3 chapatis. Today's Ekadashi. So fruits, yeah. So today we'll just eat fruits, right? So I'm good with 2 or 3 whatever bananas for today. Correct? Or whatever that is. Or then you have Shabudana Vada and everything. So, but yes, I'm good with that. And some other devotees are not good with that. They are like, no, we have to just fast, So this is still external, correct? The whole point is that that situation doesn't matter. Why? Because even in that situation, if he is comfortable and he's able to do bhakti, correct? He might be more engrossed in chanting because his situation is fine. He's not dependent on it. But who's providing it? Krishna knows that our conditioning is in this way. That's why to pacify that conditioning, then it's going to work out for this person. So when we see devotees externally, that's why the whole pastime of Pundarik Vidyanidhi comes, the whole pastime of Vitrasura comes, where a demon becomes a devotee, where a demon is a devotee, rather, not becomes, is a devotee. And Indra, actually a devotee, externally, doesn't go back to Godhead. Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Gadadhar Pandit actually judges Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Hey, what a materialistic person. Why have you brought me here? I'm a brahmachari. I'm trying to take sannyas over here and you're giving me all these nonsense people. And then, but when Pundarik Vidyanidhi hears one line of Shastra, the 10th canto, he goes crazy. But what is he? He's wearing silk. He has a long hair. He has this whole aroma and this and that. So, we like Prabhuji had pointed out, very nice point you pointed out. So that's why we have to be careful when we are judging devotees. That this might have this and this, that might have that. But the whole point is that if to actually judge a devotee by his devotion is very hard. We won't be knowing that. That's why it is said that, we should not focus on that. It's like, okay, senior devotee is doing something. Yeah, okay, let them do it. I shouldn't do it. If they are doing something which I think that, oh, but I thought it was this way. Maybe we can clarify that, Mahara, is this the correct one? This is what should I do? But to point out the mistake, once this happened in somewhere over here, I wouldn't mention what happened. It's like XYZ Maharaj was here and his disciples were sitting in front of him. And then he started the shlokas of Bhagavatam. There are 3 shlokas which people read, right? Shinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Yes. And then there's the other one, Nashtaprayeshwa Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavatasya. And there is one more. So we have, so somebody actually, Maharaj said only 2 of them. And then he started the class. And this disciple sitting in front of him, somebody mentioned it to me, right? I was not there live. But he mentioned, Maharaj, you forgot this verse. And I'm like, and this person was telling me, like, devotees can go sometimes so crazy. Hey, his guru, how can you say this? And that's why we have to be really careful. You have to see what is what and what is what. And because people say that, oh, this person, this devotee did this, he chanted, all these things of Braja Bhakti and everything. So now I can chant it anytime and anywhere and whatever that is. No, it's his position. He has done that bhakti. If you think you are at that position, then you take sannyas and then you do it. It's fine. We don't have a problem. We don't have a problem at all. If you take sannyas and then you can behave whatever you want to behave, we wouldn't have a problem. You're an avatud then. Yes. But that's why this whole, we have to be very careful. And that's why, thank you, Prabhu, for pointing that out. Yes. So I see there is one Mataji.
Yes.
Mataji can ask. Yeah.
Shilpa Mataji. Hare Krishna
Yeah.
Mataji.
Hare,
Thank
thank you, Prabhuji, for giving the opportunity. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, one question. Thank you so much for so practical class, Prabhuji. Thank you so very much for connecting with examples also. I was listening your class last time when you came, Prabhu. That was also very, very practical. Prabhu, one question. So, to what I understand, kind of confirmation, please correct me if I'm wrong. So, to what you're explaining, in material world, also material duties, also as we dovetail them to, as per the Varnashrama, the place where I am right now, if I'm dovetailing them to redirected to Krishna and then perform, that should be okay. Right now in Grihastha Ashram that I am in, according to the Varnashram, in my job and so forth, I try to see Krishna in the meetings and all. Krishna is providing that challenging situation through another opposite within the team and so forth. So not all the time is possible, according to my consciousness, but trying to. So within being that in that situation, to what I understand, it is okay to continue as per the Varnashram. Is that correct?
So, yeah, thank you, Mataji. Actually, very brilliant point you actually brought out, that how long should I continue with my, varnashram, something like that. How long should I continue with my duty? And this is a very bewildering thing, because in the beginning of a spiritual life, even now I feel, for me, it's like I just want to jump all this. I don't want to do this anartha nivritti. I just, the ruchi sounds very nice. You forget about nishtha also. Ruchi sounds very nice. And then we'll see what happens to our bhakti. But the whole problem is that whatever conditioning which we have, first of all, okay, let's say that I am doing my own job, and tomorrow, if, it's like, let's take the example of the gopis. When the Venu Geet was actually happening, and when Radha Govind Maharaj actually explains this very vividly, very beautiful classes, and it's like, I didn't know that it was so, like, awesome, let's say that word, the surrender of the gopis is immense. We just cannot imagine that, because it seems very simple. Yes, for even in our situation, right? In our situation, you are doing a job, I am doing a job, you have maybe a family and everything, and you're going on with your life. It's the same with the gopis, correct? No difference at all. They are doing literally the same thing. They're cooking, they're washing, they are cleaning, they're serving, Yes. But what happens in that Venu Gate, just before the Rasa dance, when Krishna plays the flute on the fifth note, what happens is that whatever the gopis were doing, literally they had kept one gopi had kept something on the stove, a milk to boil. And it wasn't like she actually switched off the milk. She just left, literally left to go to the forest. Yes. She literally left to go to the forest. She didn't look twice. If we have to go to the temple, we will lock our houses. or do we leave them open? If we are late for a program, we still lock our houses. We still check whether our car is locked or not. And if tomorrow something happens, we will still try to take stuff with us because our attachments are there. We won't leave so easily. But that's why these exalted devotees we have to hear, because they left literally everything. They were serving, literally they were putting sabzi on the plate and they just dropped it and they just started walking. Nobody could else hear the flute. Only they heard the flute. And that's why the ultimate surrender is the gopis. Yes. So in this point, which we are mentioning, why were they doing the duties? Radha Govind Maharaj was explaining so beautifully. He said that they were just doing those duties just to give them up. Amazing point. They didn't want to do the duties, but they had to do the duties. And that's why Varnashram plays such an important role in the pastimes of the Lord. Imagine you are Mataji, but imagine like for others also. Imagine you are in that situation where you have a husband, you have a family, you have a mother-in-law, you have seniors, juniors, everybody's there. You cannot just leave everything. But they want to leave everything, they can't leave everything. Yes. But when Krishna called, they left everything. Okay. Now the answer is actually not straightforward. That's why I'm giving all this. Yes, it's an individual basis answer. At what position am I in? Somebody actually came to me, my relatives, one of my relatives, can just chanting, khane kaun dega? If you do just chanting the whole day. The whole point is that we don't have faith. No, if I just chant also, Krishna would make me starve till death, definitely. And he might kill me also because I'm starving. But then he'll say that, dude, I wanted to kill you anyways at that moment. So actually, that is what I wanted. But I will be like, no, but you had to give me food, right? Where is the prasadam? You told me surrender everything. He's like, yes, you surrender and you came to me. Wasn't that important? So maybe I'm going a little here and there. The whole aspect of what I'm trying to say is that yes, it's okay. And yes, it's not okay at the same time. You know what Mataji, I'm trying to convey. The thing is that yes, I'm doing it for Krishna right now. But that is not the ultimate thing. One Mataji had asked Mukundat Prabhu in ISV, I was listening this class, and she was asking that, Prabhu, we are actually going through our lives, doing this job and everything. We need this job. Yes, we need this job. We need it for our livelihood. We need it for this and that and blah blah blah. She was very senior devotee. She was just explaining her situation. But we don't actually, we are doing it for Krishna, the job and all. But we are not actually doing so much chanting like a Babaji sitting in Vrindavan. So which is higher? What should he thought for a long time. And I was like, I want to hear this answer. You know what he said? Eventually, that chanting is more important than your job. Let's be very frank. For me, at least, if I am in my job, if I have to focus on the meeting, even though at the beginning it's for Krishna, in the end it is for Krishna. I don't think like you think, Mataji. It's like very difficult to do all that. But in the middle, I still have to not focus on Krishna, right? You know? Yeah. So then those aspects come up. It's not, we are not wholeheartedly, if we just gave up that whole 8 hours of job, if we are told today that just sit at home and now you can do whatever you want, I don't think, at least I will never, maybe not this lifetime, do 8 hours of chanting. Maybe I'll play kirtan, maybe I'll talk to devotees, maybe I'll go to the temple. But will I sit in a dark room, putting a a cloth on my head for 8 hours because I can survive without water or food for 8 hours? Will I be chanting? No, I won't. So then that means I'm not there yet. So then whatever situation Krishna has put me in, okay, your situation is that you have to do it, right? And yes, that is what Krishna wants. But the whole point is that whatever obstacles are coming your way, it becomes dynamic now. You know, how will I make it to Janmashtami if I have a prod issue? It's a dynamic play with the Lord. And even at our position, we can still have that relation with the Lord. Even though we might be at Anartha Nivritti or even at Bhajanakriya or even at Nishtha, it still is wonderful. It's never boring. Nah. Yes, because we are just trying to see Krishna everywhere. Yeah. I hope I get diverted very easily. So I hope it is satisfactory. Yeah.
No, Prabhuji, very helpful. So there's no hard fast rule to what I understand. It's according to time, place, circumstance. And then if the current situation is not pulling me out of bhakti, then it's okay. But if it is, then
Okay, so this is where those lines. I'm sorry, I'm going to
no,
now
please, Prabhu.
dissect these points, right? So it's like if it is not impacting my bhakti, then it is okay. This line is actually highlighting, you know what? Is like, yes, the half glass full and half glass empty, right? Okay, so this half glass full, I'm focusing on that. At least I have some water, right? So it's fine, I can do it. No, but it's the other way around. Does it? It's like, yes, I need it. I'm trying to analyze my situation and trying to make the fullest out of it. But is it really required? To be really frank, we really don't need to have a house or a family or chill. You can just, like Sridhar Swami, the original commentator of Srimad Bhagavatam, he was baffled when he got a child because he wanted to take sannyas. You know what he did? His wife died after giving birth. He had a small child and he's like, this is too much. This baby is taking too much time. Do we really think that way? We don't, right? I hope we don't. We shouldn't. So, but he thought that way. He actually left the baby because he saw that Krishna is taking care of even a plant outside. He left. He left the baby. He just went off and took sannyas. So, in his situation, it wasn't impacting his bhakti, definitely. But was it really necessary? It wasn't. He just left. You know, so when we are saying that line, right, we have to be really careful that are we validating that my position in my workforce, my not 8 hours of chanting is okay. It's never okay, to be
Yeah,
frank. It's never okay, right?
yes, Prabhu.
It's really funny. So that's why why did I dissect that line? Because when we start saying something, right? Even I have seen it myself. I've seen it so many times that when I say something and then later on as I come back to it, I'm like, no, why did I say it? Because I was trying to validate my position by using that, hey, it's not impacting my bhakti, so I can do it. So what if I don't offer it to the Lord, right? उससे क्या ही होगा? At least mode of goodness तो है, something like that. And it's okay. But actually, yes, for my situation, I'm not a big Paramhamsa and it doesn't make sense. And that's why, ठीक है, okay, fine. But on the other hand, it's still not okay also, right? You know? So it's both. You have to see both.
Yeah, this constant conflict always
Should be
always
there. It's
arises.
good, actually. That means you're thinking, that means you're striving so much. I hope I get that conflicts more often. So please
No,
bless. Yeah, please bless.
you are all elevated. Thank you so very much for the discussion. And I wanted to ask a follow-up question too, but if that's okay, Prabhu.
Please, Mataji.
On the same topic, Prabhu, if in case the situation gets even worse, where there's a promotion, then it's even conflict whether to take it just for the yes, we'll get more Lakshmi to donate to the temple and so forth. Yes, but is it taking me out of the bhakti? Yes and no, as you said. I'm investing time in another place where
Good by doing
as
it.
you
Yeah.
said, constant chanting and so forth. At the same time, um, according to time, place, and circumstance. If I have to take it, I have to take it.
Yeah. Yeah, so in this case also my there are so many point of views over here. Okay. The first, and that's why it's very individualistic until unless we know somebody's literal situation, and that's why the guru actually plays such an important role, is that are you really sincere? You know, Maharaj always says this point that we need to be really introspective and try to see that are we really doing it for Krishna? You know, I've seen, because since in our community actually people know me now, and then you know everybody knows everybody. It's a small community congregation, so people know what this guy is going to ask, so they know what to answer me. You know, it's like if I ask somebody that why did you do kirtan, what is your point of view? He'll be like, yeah, you know, like you say, you have to do it for Krishna, you know, and then I'll be laughing. But when it's actually the time to practice, when you're seeing that person, right, and then when you tell, suppose you know somebody's telling them something, a higher authority, and they say no, I won't do it. Then was that for Krishna? No, it wasn't. But the thing is that at least we know we need to do it for Krishna. Correct? So the sincerity, the the burden of sincerity is on us. Figure, this is the first point of view, that we need to be sincere in our situation. We need to understand that are we doing it for Krishna or not? And is it going to be pleasing to Guru and Krishna? Yes, that is the first question. And then we'll see in our heart whatever is there, then Krishna will help us. Initially, we might not be able to see it, but Krishna will definitely tell us. Why? Because he's more eager to take us back home. Yes, he's desperate, actually. We are not desperate, he's desperate. So now coming to the actual answer, my counselor was one time telling me that, you know, we tell people that, you know, you shouldn't go into all these, you know, big positions and all. But if you see in Varnashram system, the Pandavas are in the city. They are kings, the rulers of the whole planet, you know, and they are the topmost devotees. Krishna goes specifically to, you know, Hastinapur to meet Pandavas. How great are they? Yes, how great are they? Yes. And at the same time, there is a Python sadhu. Yes, after this, in seventh canto, we'll find out. You know, there's a Python sadhu. What is a Python sadhu? He just is lying on the road forever and he's fat. So Maharaj was explaining where is the food coming from? Krishna provides. Krishna just made him fat to prove a point that you don't have to do anything. Just do Hare Krishna and you're done. You know? So now there are two views, right? So that's why the most important point of view that what is really impacting. If my sadhana is really getting impacted by this, and I am not at that position like the Pandavas to not chant and be Krishna conscious 24 hours, then well and good. Why not? You know, it is for Krishna. You know, if there is a, like Prabhupada used to mention, you should go and do fundraising desperately, or you know, you should sell books. People go crazy. Yes, the book distributors go crazy, but it's for Krishna. You know, so they are earning money, right? Yes, the temples are earning money. They're getting so many donations. But we don't say that, hey, no, everybody don't do anything, just stay at home, do your own bhakti. No, we need the Lakshmi. Krishna will provide. We should not have that thing that, oh, if I don't do it, then who will do it? That is a bigger issue now. Because now I'm thinking that I am somebody who can do it. No, nobody really cares. If somebody removes me from the world, actually for one day, 2 day, people are going to talk about it. Then they will go on with their life. So that shouldn't be there. That, oh, maybe I'll get more Lakshmi for the temple, then I'm going to take that promotion. No, no, no. That should never come up. Yes. The thing should come up that, hey, you know, this is my position. I like this. And I'm going to be more comfortable. This is going to reduce my thing and all everything. My jobs, my whatever. Is going to make my job easier because now I'm in my actual position of Varnashram. And then I'm able to do my bhakti nicely. Some people are really like that. Like the Pandavas. They are doing everything. Yes. So if we are like that, might as well. And then some people are like me who couldn't, like, 4 hours of work is also a big issue for us. And I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? But it's a struggle. So it's better that I don't get a promotion. I was worried actually, Mataji, somebody was, my man was like, you should do this, you should do this. And I'm like, no, 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 I don't want to do this. He was saying that, yeah, you want to do this, right? I'm like, yeah, 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 I want to do this. But in my heart, I was like, no, 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 no. If I start, becoming a tech lead, then I have to report to this person. Then I cannot just go offline and do this and do that. I have so much facility right now, but this will be taken away. So it's individualistic. Yes. So again, thank you, Mataji, for asking such important questions. Yes, thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so very much, Prabhu. That struggle will always, every time, every minute.
Yeah.
Please pray for me, Prabhu, so that I get much clarity from Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Prabhu, you were saying in your answer that, at some point you were saying there is a Kadashi. No, you said person need 2 or 3 chapatis to eat. And then you corrected yourself again. You said, no, there is a Kadashi. We need 2 or 3 fruits. And I was thinking, Prabhu, you need 2 or 3 fruits. I need 2 or 3 crates of fruits. So
No, that's why I did the Shabudana Vada. So yeah. So yeah.
कुट्टू के आटे के पकौड़े चाहिए प्रभु आज.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. Thank
हरि
you.
बोल, हरि बोल. Thank you, Prabhu ji. Beautiful answer, Prabhu ji. Sorry, Prabhu, I joke with you a little bit, but
No,
you
I'm
seem so
really,
such a
it's very
joyful
nice.
devotee. Yeah.
It's very nice to hear this. Yes, I'm very elated. Yeah, thank you.
Hari
Thank
bol, hari bol.
you.
Prabhu ji, our Radha Jyoti Mata ji is thanking you for your beautiful session and for your practical examples. Prabhu ji, also our Gauri Jivani Mata ji has a question. If you have a couple of minutes more, Prabhu, you can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So she's saying when we try to apply Daiva Varnashram in performing temple services as our nature, we are inclined to do particular service. Okay. However, we do not get opportunity in that particular service due to different reason and assigned with other services. In this case, how do we follow Varnashram Dharma and devotional service? This is a problem everywhere. Yes, it's not. Thank you, Mataji, for bringing that point. It's everywhere. It really needs training. That first of all, we need to understand: are we really, like, suppose somebody is a good book distributor, and if he doesn't get to do book distribution, then it's going to actually fry him out. He's going to really get frustrated. Yes, because it's like, it's not my nature. Like if somebody puts me in a, Pujari services thing and I'll be on the altar the whole day, I'll do it for 1 or 2 days. Otherwise, I'll need backup. Correct? I need backup. So, first of all, if it is possible, we try to do as much as we can. Like fan the spark. Vaisheshika Maharaj always mentions this. Fan the spark. If you are in deity worship, I like deity worship. So I have my own altar. But then on Radhashtami or Janmashtami, then I am with the pujaris. I'm not second initiated. I don't touch the deities, but we get to do so many things related to the deities. Yes. So I like doing that. So then if you are in Kirtan, obviously you might get a slot. If there are a lot of devotees, obviously you're not going to get a slot for a long time. But yes, we can host programs at home. If there is cooking seva, that is also a troublesome thing. But the whole point is that if it's not possible today, yes, we should not be disheartened. Why? Because Krishna knows what we need. This is a very important aspect. If Krishna knows what we need, if I am created as an elephant to eat, he is going to provide me those 50 chapatis. Yes, he will. He will. The thing is that I might be frustrated right now, but if I'm trying to do it for Krishna, how much ever we can, and then trying to be creative in how I can facilitate into, maybe it is giving classes. Not necessarily in our temple also, like, I like to, talk. And if I like to talk, then I should talk about Krishna, right? But not every time I'm going to give a Sunday feast, So how much ever my ego says that I should give Sunday feast every Sunday, it's not good. Anyways, devotional service is actually given to us. The opportunity to serve is actually given by Guru and Gauranga. Very important aspect. Why? Today we all are here, sitting over here. It's not that if I start thinking that I am in a higher position because I'm talking, no, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. I am really grateful. I should be really grateful that I have an opportunity to speak because you all are here. It's the other way around. If you all weren't here, what would I be doing right now? I'd be sleeping. It's the other way around, you know. So service is given to us. Yes. And because, yes, we are trying to follow Deva Vaidnashram as much as we can, and it's not established yet as beautifully as it should be. Agreed, totally. So we could be looking at ourselves as the pioneers to actually facilitate that. Start the department. Maybe it will work, but maybe it won't work. But eventually, for trying for a long time, Krishna is going to see the effort. And then he's going to make that happen. Because we are trying to do for Krishna, for Prabhupada, for making it easier for the devotees out there. Yes. So that should be the central focus. Then whatever opportunity I'm getting, yesterday I gave the Sunday feast class. People were happy with it. I get it. So then I was thinking that maybe every Sunday I should give. No, but every Tuesday I do give the Bhagavatam. But nobody attends that. They just attend the Sunday feast. But okay, I created my own facility where, I took the opportunity to go every Tuesday in the temple. Now I'll give class over there because, I like to talk. Otherwise, if I don't give that class, I am going to sit at home and do nothing. So it's better that I do something. So it's good that we know what we want to do in bhakti, but we have to find that avenue. If it is not available, we try to find it ourselves. If it is not available today, it will come tomorrow. We have to just be there, stay there. And if it is really getting frustrating, then we have to see what we can do, because otherwise the worst situation is that we get fried up and then we just drop everything and leave. And that is not good for anyone. Yes. So I know it is very individuality. Maybe you have a very specific question about a very specific duty in the temple, but because we don't have the detail and we don't want to discuss it in public also, this is the best I think we can do with the situation. Like Maharaj was once explaining, I'm going to just explain this in 2 minutes, that this Mataji was complaining to Maharaj that my husband is a bum, he doesn't do anything at home. I don't have 2 children, I have 3 children. 2 are small and one is a big guy. But he doesn't do anything. Why doesn't he do anything? So every opportunity this Mataji got, she was complaining that why isn't he doing it? Doesn't he fear? Why isn't he doing his duty? He's not doing Varnashram properly. My temple management is not doing blah, 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 blah. All this can be there. Okay. You know what Maharaj said? He got frustrated. You know what he said? He said that, okay, we do whatever the best we can, but who wants to go back home back to Godhead? If he doesn't want to go back home back to Godhead, you want to go back home back to Godhead, you tolerate. Tinadapi sunichena tarori api sahishnana. You tolerate, it is a lesson for you. If Krishna is not giving us the opportunity, then it is a lesson for me. Yes. Yes. And seems mandatory complaint from us. So yeah, the whole point over here is that it's like if the service is not created or whatever, I'm not getting the opportunity, then I have to see within myself, why am I not getting that service? Not maybe that person is a problem, but the whole point is that the whole situation is created by whom? By Krishna. If I am not getting the opportunity to speak as much as I think I'm good at it. I'm giving my example. Nobody. Like, I'm good at it. I'm not getting that opportunity. That means, you know what? Why isn't Krishna doing this? Because he knows that you are a rat bag. Why? Because you will get puffed up you'll see, and I've seen myself burning in that pride when it gets crushed. Huh? Obviously, when the pride is there, obviously you're happy that you're the greatest of everybody. But when it is crushed, it's horrible. It's horrible. And that is the situation which Krishna wants me to handle. What is eventually the point? I should be doing it for Krishna. And if my doing 16 round chanting at home without doing whatever service I've given to, maybe the temple might be useless. So what? I can still do service and go back home, back to Godhead. The Lord will take care of me. We have to be careful in this situation where we have to also see that maybe the situation is created for Krishna to point out what's there in my heart. Yes. So I'm sorry, Mataji, if it went again very serious as well as at the same time it's very fine. So it's both ways. We are good. It's fine. Just be in devotional association. Yes. I think there's one more Mataji, Radha Jyoti Mataji. Or
Yes.
you, Prabhu, you want to say something? Sorry.
No, Prabhu. But I was just going to call her for the question.
Okay.
And Prabhu, I was going to also say you, yes, that Trinadapi Sunichena, every moment of the life is good, just before the husband and wife, it just collapses.
So we should not be exploited. I'm not saying that in the name of Trinadapi Sunichena we should be exploited, but we should practice it how much ever we can. Yeah, yes,
Very good.
very nice.
Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna. Over to you,
Yeah,
Mata.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for allowing me to ask the question. Prabhuji, thank you so much. I have so many realizations from your class today. I felt that no matter how a person is civilized, the highest order of civilized person in this present age, he'll be suffering for the next life if he's not getting the Krishna consciousness. So it has really turned the thoughts. And one more thought that struck me was about the opportunity. You mentioned that a statement, opportunities are given by the opportunities of devotional services are given by Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. So could you please give more explanation? How does that happen? What qualification does the Lord or the Guru sees? Because I'm not with my Guru, so he must be blessings from sitting somewhere and blessing me, but I'm not able to decode what exactly is the process. So I just wanted to know.
Mataji, well, nice. How did I come? So, okay, I'm just going to tell this story. Is that because I used to think that if you're giving a class, okay, if we are giving a class, there's a small example. I'm going to just highlight this point. If I'm giving a class, at the end of the class, if people start saying that, okay, it's very nice, and then, blah, 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 very nice, oh, this and that. And the first thought comes to our mind because we want to be humble. We try to be humble and we are practicing devotees. And then my guru definitely says that, we should not take any glory for ourselves. Then the natural thing to do is that to say that, oh, no, no, this is all by Guru's mercy and Krishna's mercy. Correct? That everybody says that. Every single person there. And if you find anything good, it's because of my Guru, you know. Maybe it's a very nice statement. And then people will start saying that, I'm so fallen, I'm this, I'm that, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not qualified to give this. There's a 10 minutes whole monologue for how fallen we are. And then the class will start. And I was telling one of my friends over here, who was actually he was just asking me that, do you have anything for me? Because he was giving a class and he was like, yeah, he said this. So he was asking me that, is there anything? I'm like, why did you give 10 minutes of your fallen down situation? It's not like, I was telling him, let's be frank. You are not a sannyasi, I am not a sannyasi. We are still very young. We have so many anarthas. You can see my anarthas, I can see your anarthas. Why are we wasting time and talking about how fallen we are? We know. There is no big thing going on over here. So I was telling him that you should avoid. Just say, okay, yes, you can say it for 1 or 2 minutes, but after that, it just becomes bland. I'm listening to you for Krishna, not for this, how fallen you are. I know how fallen you are. It's not a big problem, because devotees, like, at least for me, fault finding is a very big issue. So it's fine. Okay. So we start with like, okay, I'm so fallen. Then the second is I'm so humble, like, please bless me and this and that, okay? And then I was thinking that it still is not satisfactory. For some reason, it's very hard to dovetail that to Guru and Krishna. Because if you really think, the way I'm talking right now, my Guru doesn't speak like this. Yes? He doesn't speak the same vocabulary. But he's speaking through me, right? Even if my Guru is blessing me, but I am speaking it. So I am somebody. I am not a big nobody, but I am somebody somewhere. That my Guru is using me as an instrument, and such a proud instrument. There is that subtle thing also over there, okay? Because we hear from our gurus how we should be humble, and then we artificially try to apply it, which is good because we have to take the first step. And then slowly that acting will become reality. So, with this understanding, I was actually attending Radhanath Maharaj's class. Okay. And you know what he said? The most beautiful thing he was saying. And I got like, because you asked this question, that is the first thing which came to my mind. My mind was blown actually. The way he said it. He said that Prabhupada always says, thank you very much. Jai, God, Hari Bol, something like that. Prabhupada, thank you very much. Every class Prabhupada will say that. But if you see Prabhupada's demeanor towards his disciples, Maharaj was explaining that he was really thanking them from his core of his heart, and he really meant that, because of you, nice boys and girls, my Guru Maharaj would be happy today. Because you are actually pushing forward the movement. I am an old man, how much I can do? It's not actually me. It's actually you all who's doing it. Yes. And then Maharaj went on and saying, and then I was thinking about it. When Maharaj also says, thank you very much, right? In his whole class, he'll be like, you all tolerated my talking. He says that. I've heard him. You tolerate my talking. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. Because the perspective is so different. If you really think about it, even in speaking, the speaking can be done even in a room where there are no devotees. I can read my own Bhagavatam and talk. But no, if I don't have the listeners at all, how will I serve? How will I do my service of talking? If that is my service, in whichever situation I am in, if deity worship is my service, I need deities. I need the parampara. I need the sampradaya. I need the devotees to help me with it. So when Guru Gauranga, it's like whatever situation we are in, the situation can be purified by Krishna consciousness, correct? In devotional life, especially what service we get, especially, maybe it's garland seva, maybe it's cooking. If the kitchen was not there, if the devotee in the kitchen wouldn't have called you, oh, Mataji, please, can you help and cut? In which lifetime would I have gone to the kitchen and cut vegetables over there for the Lord? Not possible. So the opportunity is there. But who is giving that opportunity? It's Krishna. Each and every single opportunity of attending Mangal Arti, we think that in Mayapur, suppose you're in Mayapur and you're attending Mangal Arti, you're attending a class. That service, it's a service to the Lord. But to have that service, we have to depend on Prabhupada to establish ISKCON, Association of Devotees. If there are no devotees around me, how can I have deep relations with those devotees? Those devotees should be my life and soul. However bad they might be, and I think they might be bad. Why? Because at least they're chanting Hare Krishna. If there were no devotees, and if I have complaints of every single devotee, yes, and if I'm put alone in a karmi situation, am I such a great devotee that I can convert them into devotees and then I will have a conversation with them? Not possible. They will never understand what it means about Mahaprakash Leela. They will never understand. If I'm able to talk about Mahaprakash Leela with you all, it is my fortune. Because if I talk this Mahaprakash Leela to my relatives, they'll just be like, what is this going on? But today, I don't have to tell them, oh, there is a soul and there is a Krishna, and then, this is there and that is there, and then go. And then someday they will come to the point where I can talk about Mahaprakash Leela. Do I have to wait for that today? I can talk about it and everybody will get it. Isn't it providing me happiness? Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. It's all created by Krishna. The association of devotees is the greatest fortune in the creation of Brahma. It's not becoming Brahma is the greatest fortune. Why? It's because Krishna is giving that opportunity. Imagine if we came before Prabhupada actually came to the West. Then it's Haribol. Nowhere we had the opportunity to do anything. That's why when Maharaj explains, we have the opportunity to chant. It's actually Krishna is giving that intelligence to chant. Even though I ignore that, moving on. But that opportunity is there, whether we take it or not. So, Guru and Krishna are giving me that. And when we have that perspective now, let's say if I have that perspective perfected in my life, even on the Vyasasana, when I'm sitting over there, when I say thank you very much, and if I really mean it, then can there be a trace of ego? There will be no trace of ego. Literally none. Because I depend on my audience. And I'm thanking the Lord. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. And it's the other way around. It's the other way around. If I'm just saying, oh, I'm a great instrument, in my Maharaj's service, I still have the ego that I am a great instrument, So that's why this is very important. Yes. So took a lot of time. So I hope, Mataji, it's clear how Guru and Krishna gives us the opportunity. I think Mataji went somewhere. Oh, she's here. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji, I just wrote down. I'll read once again, and I need to hear once again. Then I can. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much, Prabhuji. Eternally grateful to you for the answer and the session, and about the services that you have mentioned. Thank you so much for the explanation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Prabhu, for the answer. And Prabhu, I was also laughing. You said some devotees take 10 minutes to glorify their anarthas. But then I was thinking of Prabhupada, who will give a Bhagavatam class in 15 minutes. And Haribol. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. So, dear devotees, thank you for staying back. I think after the class right now, we have, if I'm not wrong, Ekadashi Mahatmya, right, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, we'll
okay. So, please, nobody leaves if you like to hear Ekadashi Mahatmya. Now, let us pay our humble obeisances to Prabhuji and to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Prabhuji has put himself on no video mode, but let us pay our humble obeisances to Prabhuji and all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha kalaptaru bhaishya kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. His Grace Anant Chaitanya Prabhu ji ki